Hi, my name is Evangelos Ike and welcome to this video series about conditioning and strengthening the body to be able to attend yoga classes whether they are online or live in person. Now these videos are divided in 4 categories: strengthening of the core, back bends, arms and legs. These are aimed for total beginners in yoga who have never done yoga before, and it doesn't matter if you're working out at the gym or not, because conditioning the body for yoga asanas, it's kind of different than working out at the gym. It requires a little bit of a different group muscles and different stamina if you like. So feel free to browse around. Up here somewhere should be the playlist of all the different videos, depending on when you're watching this video actually. And they're divided into categories: total beginners and beginners who have done the total beginners part. So it's level 1 and level 2. Make sure you do the level 1 first and then follow up in level 2. Let's start! So in our today's video, we're gonna focus on the upper body and especially on the arms. Yoga poses have many asanas where you're required to bear weight on your arms. So let's start by warming up and strengthening a little bit of the wrists. Let's get down to all fours. Now, if you don't have a yoga mat and the floor is kind of hard on you, just place a little pillow, you should be fine on the knees. But we need the hands to be either on the floor or on the mat. So let's really spread the fingers out really wide as much as we can. Not just this, we really want to spread them out a lot. Start feeling some stretching, maybe inside our palms. And from here, we're gonna do a few circles of the shoulders over the wrists. Now, the more forward you go, the more difficult it is on the wrists. Maybe it's a little bit painful. So be careful not to go too much forward and you experience discomfort in this area. Stay wherever you feel comfortable and maybe feeling a little bit of a stretching here on this part of the forearm and maybe some mild compression on this part of the wrist. A few circles and we change directions. If I stop and speak, you continue to do the exercise until I say that we conclude or we are stopping now. All right, let's do a few more. Keep breathing, don't stop breathing. Awesome. All right, now we're gonna rock back and forth very gently, very softly. We don't wanna, again, create any pain on the front part of the wrist or the wrist folds right now. Only feeling some gentle stretching or strengthening on this part of the forearm and maybe, as I said before, a mild compression on the wrist. And no compression of the wrist is perfect, but of course, the more forward you go, there's going to be some compression eventually. Let's do this and relax. Stand up, shake it off. Now for the next part, you're going to bring the hands quite close to your knees so you can have more weight on the legs and not so much on the wrists. So we're going to place the top of our hands down. See? If I come forward, I have more weight on the hands, so I want to stay as close to my knee as possible. Place the top of my palm on the floor, and from here, do my best to extend the wrists and relax. Extend and relax. Extend, maybe even externally rotate my arm so the inside of my elbow looks forward and relax. Let's do 3 more of these. Keep breathing, don't hold the breath. Let's do one last one and relax, shake it off. And the next part will be to bring some awareness on our shoulder blades. Because in many asanas, you will be required, when you have weight on the hands, to protract or retract the shoulder blades, depending on the asana, or push the floor, in simple terms. So, again, we'll place the hands on the floor. Now, if you cannot find the movement on the shoulder blades that we're gonna ask, feel free to widen the hands. So they are underneath my shoulder, in the same height as you can see from the side, but if you see from the front, they're wider than my shoulder. They're wider than my mat, and I don't have such broad shoulders. So we are here, we're locking our elbows. We don't want to use the elbows, we don't want to be bending the elbows using your triceps. We're gonna lock the elbows and we're gonna relax our shoulder blades and push the floor away. Relax our shoulder blades. Now don't let the head drop as you relax the shoulder blades. Keep the head relaxed and push the floor away. I know that maybe you want to start moving your spine as you do this movement. Just keep your belly in or relax, it doesn't matter. In, you will actually, if you slightly engage the belly, would help you control the rest of the spine much better. And consequently the shoulder blades. So from here, keeping the belly in, relax the shoulder blades so the spine doesn't really move that much, and push. Relax and push. Relax and push. Or retract the shoulder blades and protract. Like you want to hunch your upper back, but you're not pushing the belly in, you're keeping it flat. Again, retract, protract. Let's do a few more. Now, if you feel your neck in pain, this part, that means that you probably have brought the shoulders all the way up to the ears. We're gonna address that in a moment. Let's do 2 more. Last one. All right, relax the shoulders, relax the neck. We will do a second round. And this time we're gonna engage this huge muscle on the sides of our body. This is the lats, or the latissimus dorsi. So we're gonna place the hands same way as before. We're gonna keep the belly in, like flat back. And from here, we wanna engage the lats. How do we do that? We think that we wanna hide our armpits. So it's not relaxed, the shoulder all the way up to the ear, like I'm exposing my armpit. I wanna hide my armpit. So I'm drawing the shoulder blades down. I want to keep this armpit hidden and continue doing the same movement in my shoulder blades, which is relax. Now it's not going to go so far down as before probably. And push. Relax. Keep the shoulder blades down. Keep hiding your armpits and push. Relax. Inhale and exhale, push. Inhale, shoulder blades together, exhale, push. Inhale, exhale, push. 3 more, 2 more. Last one. And relax. Now allow your glutes to sit back on your heels and stretch your hands forward. You can allow the forehead to touch the floor or not. It's up to you. Maybe you want to keep your forehead off the floor, or maybe you won't touch the floor, which is perfectly fine. And slowly come up. We do need a certain part of open chest in this area and open shoulders. So what we're going to do now, it's going to clasp the hands. It's going to be to clasp the hands behind our back. And as we inhale, we're going to draw the shoulder blades together and try to extend our elbows. We don't have to move the hands away from the butt, just draw the shoulder blades and then extend the elbows and relax. Let's do 5 of these with breath. Inhale, draw the shoulder blades and extend elbows. Exhale, relax. 4 more. And relax. 3 more. And relax. Another 2. And relax. Last one. And relax again. We come back to child's pose with our hands extended forward. Keep the elbows, if you can, off the floor. This creates a little bit of shoulder extension, which is a stretch that we need in yoga, as many poses are from downward facing dog, so we do need to have this part quite open too. Okay, if you have never done a downward facing dog, Now it's the time to do our first downward facing dog, on which we're gonna concentrate our focus and our mind on the upper part. We're gonna neglect the legs. We don't wanna extend the knees or stretch the back of our hamstrings. We don't really care. It's about building some conditioning on the shoulders. So as we are here, we have again the hands underneath the shoulders. We're gonna bring them a little bit more forward or bring the knees more back actually. Lift the knees off the floor and now press the floor away with your hands like you wanna send your chest towards your thighs. Now the first thing that most people do here is flare the elbows out. Look at the eyes of your elbow and see if you can send this eye of the elbow towards the floor. This will create some space around your neck, and we want that space. As we breathe and stay here for 3 more breaths. Ignore the legs, keep them bent, keep pressing the floor. Last breath and relax. Shake it off. Remember, it's about conditioning the arms of feeling and being able to support us in doing yoga asanas. We're gonna do it one more time, one more round, 5 breaths. Are you ready? Let's go. Place the hands again. There's not as before, we're not in a tabletop, it's a little bit more forward, but in the same width as our shoulder, or maybe a little bit wider. Flex the feet, lift the knees, push the floor away, send your chest towards your thighs. Now if you're super flexible and your head can go towards the floor, now don't do that. You want to create one straight line from your wrist to the shoulder to your hips, to your butt. So if you have a mirror, you can see yourself, you want to have one straight line. So not curving here and not pushing the shoulders to open. We don't want to open the shoulders. We want to keep them in a straight line and condition them to be able to bear some weight here. For another 3 breaths. 2 breaths. Keep extending the elbows and pushing the floor away. And relax. Breathe it out. Because here comes the 3rd round, which is going to be a little bit more difficult than the previous 2. In the aspect that we're going to lift maybe one hand off the floor, or at least make it very light so it doesn't have much weight. And at the same time, not to move the body or the pelvis to one side or the other. Get ready for the 3rd round. Place the hands again. You can see me first. What we're gonna do, we're gonna push again as before, and as we're here, we're gonna start making this hand light. This is my left hand, and maybe relax it completely. Or bring it to the side. See, my body hasn't changed. I haven't been doing this. I keep my body here. I know it's also a core work exercise besides the shoulders, so it's 2 birds in 1 stone. Which you should never kill actually birds with stones, just an expression. Place the hands down. Extend the elbows. Push the floor away from you. Remember, protract the shoulders, which I didn't mention before. Lift the knees, push the floor away. Send the elbows towards the floor, not flaring out. Relax the head. Lift the left palm from the floor, or at least make it light. It doesn't have to lift, but doesn't have to bear the whole weight in the hand. And hold for another 3 breaths. 2 breaths. 1 last breath. And change hands. I know you want to rest, but it is a conditioning, it is strengthening. To be able to do all the yoga asanas that we see on YouTube, on Instagram, and like, oh, I wish I could do that. Here's how you do it. You build some strength. You build some muscle memory maybe, some conditioning, some opening the joints that we need. 1 last breath. And relax. Whew. Now we go to child's pose and we bring our hands next to our legs. Breathe and stay there as long as you want, because this concludes our very first yoga conditioning for beginners.